Hey, good morning guys. Right, just back on the trail. Supposed to have set off at 7:30 this morning. It's now 8:15, so about 45 minutes late. Not even had coffee this morning. I'll say why that in a minute. But the tent again is absolutely soaked. Had a bit of rain, although it's not raining this morning. The tent is still just drenched. I tried to dry it off the best I could with paper towels and stuff, but it's still soaking. Right, the campsite last night was interesting. Well, it wasn't really interesting. The reason I didn't have coffee, arrived last night and started to put up a tent and was absolutely just swarmed by midges. Basically had there all night and all morning, so I had to go and invest in some more midge repellent, and tried that. It seemed to keep them off, but they were swarming everywhere. Never seen midges like it in Scotland at all until now, so I'm hoping that's a one and only night of them, because it was awful. So right, onwards firstly towards Morrison, and our target today is Drumnadrochit. I can't remember how far it is. I think it's about 16 miles if I remember rightly. Quite a long day. Oh, welcome back. Right, just had a nice little break at Morrison, and now on the steep zigzag climb out of Morrison. Climbs I think nearly 200 metres in a space of no distance. Very steep. Looking at the me plan, I thought there was much steeper climbs, but the people in the little village shop assured me this is the worst one. So while this is out and done with, the rest should be a doddle. So just left Morrison 30 minutes late, and that's after my break. So I've made up a quarter of an hour. So I'm just hoping if I can continue like this, it's not so bad, then I might even actually make Drumnadrochit early today, but we'll see. Right, let's get up this hill. Right, we're still going guys, but this climb, they cleared all the trees, so this climb, look, this morning is well worth it. Panning around, come down through, basically through those woods along there, look, and down, descended to these houses and back down to Morrison, and there is Loch Ness. The boat going up through. Yeah, it's a little while ago I was over there and back around there. Can't remember how far it is. I think it's about, I don't know, 4 miles I think to Morrison from the campsite. Might be wrong, but well worth a view this morning. Right, so onward and upward we go. Right people, made to the next checkpoint, the bridge here. So consider I left Morrison half an hour late on the schedule, I've actually kept to time, because I've actually got here 2 minutes earlier than the time said I would. And that's including the nearly 200 metres of ascent. 200 metres, like I said, in no distance at all. So basically, about 3/4 of a mile, 200 metres. Now, from now onwards it gets much easier, because for about the next 4 miles until I reach Altside car park, there's only a total of 180 metres of ascent over 4 miles, and it's mostly downhill now to the car park. So there's a little bit of climbing, but a bit up and down, but nothing as steep as what we've just done. Right, it's just descending down the path down to the bottom track. There was the option just as I left the top path for a little sign for a stone seat, like a marker sign. I was going to have a look, but it was quite overgrown with brambles and it didn't look like the path was that well used. The thing is, it's all sort of big fir trees around as well, so I thought, well, even if I walk to it, I don't know how far it is and I couldn't see it, possibly not going to see anything anyway because of all the trees. But there was a lot of, I said, it was overgrown with brambles, and I don't want to get, I got eaten alive by midges last night. I don't really want to get scratched to death by brambles. So right, we continue to zigzag our way down. Right folks, we still continue on. We're on this track, we're just descending and descending. I quickly looked at the map and we descend almost down to the road, and then it looks like it rises slightly again. It's a bit up and down then. So far today I've seen absolutely no walk. A couple of people in their cars. I've seen one couple who left in the Morrison just before me, and when I was going up the zigzag, the final zigzag, they were just stopped having a breather. So to be honest, they can't be very far ahead of me. Right folks, made to this nice little seat, a nice viewpoint. It's actually one of the first views I've actually had a Loch Ness all morning. Just to let you know, the couple I said that were in front of me earlier that I hadn't seen, literally just caught up with them. They're obviously enjoying the view, and they literally just walked ahead round the corner. So they're literally a few minutes in front of me. But it's just nice to have a quick sit down. Right folks, just descending now to the bridge outside. Due to get here at 11:40 according to the original schedule, and it's now 11:30. So I've actually arrived 10 minutes, despite leaving half hour late this morning. I've actually arrived here 10 minutes earlier than scheduled. Right, had a little snack, got attacked by midges, nothing surprising there, but the sun did come out for a little bit, and I thought, let's keep them away. We're now starting the 2.5 mile, 300 and whatever it is metre ascent. So it's basically a zigzag track up for about 2.5 miles now. So plodding on. Right guys, we're still climbing out of Altside. I'm not sure how high up we are, but you can see the loch below. And basically at Altside, when we left, we're basically almost level with the loch, down at the loch level. And we've come up the main track, and now we're in the big final zigzags to the top. But you can see, comparing the mountain on the other side, you can see how high we've actually climbed, or I've climbed. But a nice view of Loch Ness. And as you can see, it continues going up. So there's still quite a bit of upward, quite a bit of climbing to do yet. So but we are in the sort of the final zigzags, because near the top it kind of just zigzags. So we are starting to get there. Right guys, just got a little bit further and the view's even better looking back through the glen. There's a little point here with the woodland. There is where I camped last night. Right in the far distance, just right at the very end of the loch, that is Fort Augustus. So that's where I had lunch yesterday. And you're basically looking right up through the glen, down across Loch Oik. There's down through there, Lochy and Fort Williams down there somewhere in the distance. But you look right up, down through now. But yeah. Anyway, I've got to keep going up. Right guys, it appears to have made it to the top. I'll just panorama so you can see the views. Behind me, just behind me, is where the low route and the high route join again. But I took the low route and that was tough enough with this weight, without climbing up over that behind me and coming back down again. But right, so it looks like from here to the checkpoint, which I was expecting to have a little break, it looks like it's possibly fairly levelish, and the big climb's out the way. I believe it does descend again and climbs again, but nothing as quite as what I've done. And look at the view coming into, I'll just panorama. This is what's coming into view now, look. You see how high I've climbed? Gorgeous view of Loch Ness. It's a long way, considering the fact that at Altside, which is where I planned to have lunch, but I just had a snack, that we're basically down on the side of the loch, and in 2.5 miles this is how high we climbed. What a hell of a climb. But right, onwards to this river, which is my checkpoint. Of course, unless I find any more gorgeous views to show you, but onwards we go. Well guys, the views from up here are well worth the climb. You just don't make out right at the end of the loch, look, Fort Augustus, which is where I had lunch yesterday. So you can see how far I've come along the loch. We're now opposite a place called Foyers, I believe it is, or near enough opposite a place called Foyers. We're just literally just round here. So making good time. But the views are well worth it. Right, onwards we go. So just left Deloitte Farm. I should have had a break there anyway, 10 minutes. But I've just left there half hour early. Had a nice little break of just 10 minutes or so. Rehydrated myself because I was getting feeling very dehydrated. So rehydrate myself. So onwards we go. So I've just left half an hour early. So working on that theory, I should make Ballin Bridge at Drummer-Drocket just after 5 o'clock, which I'm supposed to get there till 5:40. So hopefully it could be hopefully about 40 minutes early, which would be nice. However, it has clouded right over from the gorgeous sunshine, and it possibly looks like I might have a shower in a minute. I might have to dig the coat back out, but I'm hoping not. So just along the road again a little way, and then just start dropping down through the woods then, and down to Ballin Bridge and Drummer-Drocket. Right folks, made it to Ballin Bridge, 5:15. So still 25 minutes ahead of the original plan, which is not bad considering how late I left the campsite this morning. What, 45 late? I'm still here early. Right, so first job is to whiz down 400 metres down here to the campsite, set the tent up, and then shower and change, do some washing and stuff, and go and get some food. So right, that's day 4 done.